How's it going, everybody? ZoinkMeister Patrick here, joined today by John.
Hello, everybody.
And today we're playing more Atomic Heart on the PC.
Let's get radioactive.
Don't mind me.
I wonder if you can use that telephone at all.
Yeah, there's an achievement for using a telephone at some point in the game. I think we missed it, though. It sounded like it was one of the previous areas. And it's not something we were looking out for, so.
Lots of good stuff in here.
Yeah, lots of little things. It's funny, there's more good stuff in here, but I don't see it somehow. There you go. I see that. That's not good stuff, though. It's just metal parts, which I don't think we particularly need anymore. But I'm looting everything anyway. This guy.
Another repair guy.
It's hard because if I aim down my sight, I use 4 bullets at once. So if you see me doing that, where I like stop aiming down my sight, it's because I'm trying to save ammo. This is so complicated. We never had another one of these this complicated so far, I guess I should say. But
yeah.
It's crazy. When this first started, yeah, you see me like trying my best to think.
Puzzles are getting rough here.
Yeah, right? It's like, what? Brain. My brain's so hard. Like, okay, one over there, and that out of the way. I can get that there. And then there. There we go.
Got it.
And then this one's just another crazy timing one.
Nobody's attacking you during this, which is good.
I know, right? I got really lucky. You can get knocked out of these, I think. I think we have in the past, at least. And look at that. Nobody saw me.
Nobody's there.
They're like, oh, okay.
You could get in that car and drive off, though. That'd be pretty cool.
I could get in that car and drive off. Question is, will I? Or will I see that tiny glowing purple thing there? Be like, oh, what's that? Probably important. Let's go pick it up. It's a key disc, yay. So at this point we were talking about how like, oh, we have to use the key disc somewhere in here. And I said, probably that's for someplace else. Because we checked everything in here. But I go back and I check anyway, again, a second time. And I do get something out of it, I believe. We just scan neurotically again. Look, all these enemies can't go upstairs, which is nice. It's like,
they can't follow you, that's good.
excuse me. We can try and figure out where to go.
It's basically up here. When you came up here, you didn't turn around. That's kind of what happened.
Right, and
so just walk straight out.
It's like, oh,
that's where you landed. So.
Yeah. Nothing really good though. A superconductor, I guess, but I don't think we're looking for those. Oh, fat boy rockets. That's always good. So yeah, it wasn't super worth the trip. I just thought it was funny. But we looked around for another locked door. We didn't see one, and I kind of had a theory already at this point that the key was probably for the training area, because they always have some special way to get in. And so I figured that like that's probably the special way to get in. And they told us to take a car, but the problem with getting in a car is that you can't loot anything inside the car. So I had to make a executive decision between looting and driving. And well, once I ran this guy over, I decided looting was the best way to go. So this part was scary, man. I don't think I had any words in this moment, because after I successfully loot that guy, oh no, I do get back in the car. Don't mind me. Look at that. This is like a third of my health while I was trying to get in the car.
Charles, why does everyone want those rings so bad?
You mean the beta connectors? Because they work,
You fell out of the car.
but are also considered not to exist.
So nobody can prove they're out there, not even Collective after the launch.
Especially not Collective after the launch. For Collective, anyone connected via the beta connectors will simply not exist.
But they'll be able to see Collective.
Yes, all of it. A person with a beta connector will
How do
not
you like
be able
that?
to influence
Where's your
Collective from the
fucking button?
inside, since they won't exist for Collective. But they will know about everything that happens inside it, just like any officially
A lot of robots.
connected human
Yeah.
Crazy.
or robot.
But can't an officially connected human or robot
And he's just
disconnect from
discussing
Collective if they
Yeah.
want to?
while all this is going on, instead of going, hey, I'm about to
I
die
have
here.
your
Just
data,
what?
Comrade Major. But no one can stop a person from removing his or her thought device. It's worn on the head, not implanted in the skull.
Yeah, so that is kind of an interesting point that CHAR-les makes, is that that's one of the upgrades, by the way, that we can carry all the heavy stuff. So you saw some of those things we're fighting back. That's because of the upgrade. But anyway, yeah, so CHAR-les' point is that those 2 beta connectors that we got that were the rings, what they allow a person to do is participate in Collective without being a part of Collective. And so it's unclear what the benefit of that will be. But it seems like the implication is basically if something goes wrong with Collective, then you can like influence it. So I should say what Collective is, in case you've forgotten, is it's kind of like connecting your brain to the internet. And so everyone becomes like a hive mind and is all connected to one another. And so having a beta connection allows you to retain your individuality inside of the like hive mind that is Collective. And so the potential ability in that is that you can influence it from the outside, sort of thing. And so something that P3 mentions though is like, well, if you don't want to be a part of collective though, if you want to be outside of it, can't you just remove your thought device? Because the thought device is just like a little thing that they wear on the side of their head. And CHAR-les says, I don't know, but theoretically, yes, it's not an implant. It's just something on the side of your head. But I'm gonna guess the implication that we're supposed to pick up on there is the fact that if everyone has a hive mind sort of approach to their own thought patterns, oh yeah, this guy followed us in the middle of nowhere, then do you have the individual thought capacity to choose to take off your own thought device? I think that's what CHAR-les is saying, is like, we don't know. You know, there's no way to say until collective launches what that's gonna look like. So I thought that was just kind of interesting to note. There's a lot of crazy ideas in this game. I think it's a fun game. I'm gonna say it. This game, I don't know how popular it was. I don't think it was terribly popular, but I'm just pointing out that's where we're going. It's right behind us. I'm trying to figure out where that is. It's right. Do we spot it? No, I get too distracted by moving objects. But yeah, I don't know. Do you think you'd want to participate in a hive mind like that if you were given the opportunity? Like, have your brain always connected to the internet at all times?
Oh boy. I don't know. Probably.
It's a rough choice,
cool.
right? Yeah,
cool,
right. That's the thing. Is like, I feel like there's pros and cons. The cons being that it is the internet, but the pros being that it is the internet. So here's the key card. You can see it there on the right. So that was pretty lucky.
This puzzle's not too bad.
No, I was just like, oh, you just needed to do that.
Easy one, and then you just gotta have
key.
the key.
Which was pretty simple. I mean, luckily we did it ahead of time. We didn't know. It was just, it worked out. Ta-da! That was a weird glitch. And that allows us right into the training grounds. So I take one last look around.
But he did say to look for training grounds.
He did. He said, like, make sure you're done upgrading because this is gonna be it. And so there we go. It's gonna be it. Stuck in an elevator again. Reloading weapons. Best thing to do while you're in an elevator, I feel like. Also listen to great elevator music, admittedly. That's the other part of elevator life. Don't really have much use for my electric gun anymore because I think I'm pointing that out right here because this gun uses the same ammo. So it's like, this is so much better. Why would I use my electric gun? I don't know. And the pistol's so strong. I just use that all the time. More fidgeting. Gotta love the fidgeting.
Okay, we're inside. Let's search the testing ground and get the hell out of here. We need to deliver Petrov ASAP.
Keep your eyes peeled, Comrade Major. There's more to Sakhalin than meets the eye.
We can deal with that. The other places weren't exactly a walk in the park, you know.
So no enemies down here, I guess. So
They weren't too bad though. I feel like none of the training grounds have been like crazy. They've been more like little puzzle adventures than anything else. So
that's good.
You know, it's just another loot room. I think all of these have started with a big loot room. I think it's just an easy way to like reward you for coming to the training ground.
In there for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And there's always a save right here. But first, we have to admire the scenery.
And it was an option.
Yes, right.
Finish the game without doing this, so.
Look at that guy. Look at him. He's like, I didn't do it. Who killed this guy? I loved him.
All right, looks like you got your gun ready to go. Woo.
Yeah, so there's more collecting and doodads. I mean, that's kind of half the point of going to these things, I feel like, is there's a lot of good opportunities to get loot. Loot, 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 loot.
That's good stuff. You got some PM ammo, some afternoon ammunition.
PM's the pistol, but I do like that.
I thought it was like you're supposed to just use it in the afternoon.
Yeah. It's like, this is not for mornings, okay?
After rereading classical works on magnetism by James Maxwell and Henry Cavendish, Facility 3826 scientists questioned some of their foreign colleagues' fundamental assumptions and decided to recreate their famous experiments in electromagnetic fields and geomagnetism. This testing ground employs special magnetic gravitational test benches to simulate the various potential conditions of the Earth's magnetic field. This allows us to better study underground deposits and find more effective ways to exploit them for the benefit of the Soviet Union.
So it's kind of, I don't know, I always find it interesting that like each one of these testing facilities has some explanation for why they exist, even if in this case, I don't really understand what she said had anything to do with what we have to do.
Yeah, underground.
Right, it's like I guess because you're flipping.
Doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems silly to me, but this is a puzzle room, and yeah, sure enough, it's gonna be just flipping these things around and finding the best way. I don't know if you were supposed to do it like that, but I made it work. So it's gonna be a lot of that. I feel like everything I did to solve this puzzle felt like I was doing it wrong. I have no clue if I did it right or not.
A lot of magnetism in here, though. And so,
Right.
So they're saying that because they think that it's going to benefit them to learn more about.
They want to use magnets to find minerals underground was her specific phrasing. I don't know what this has to do with finding minerals underground, but that's I think why they're like showing like different layers or something like that was kind of the connection. I thought it was a cool puzzle, even if the explanation didn't make much sense. This area is definitely the like flippy area or whatever, I don't know what to call it. Here, this was pretty obviously the correct answer, right? Because it was like, oh, well, this one has the steering wheel.
Yeah, so now you get down there and get a steering wheel going, huh?
Right. And so then I
That's a big jump. Didn't the tip tell you not to jump like crazy?
Well, I have an upgrade that lets us so I can jump from higher heights and then roll out to take no damage. So that I did not get on my first try. There's a little mini cut there, but I went around and did it again, and I got up here and it did nothing for me. It's like, okay, well, shoot.
Go back up again.
Yeah, luckily I noticed this though, and I'm like, oh, there's a door under there.
Ooh.
So I was like, don't want to jump down necessarily, so just take the elevator.
Take an elevator down. Nice.
It's funny, they
You
tell
listen
you
to the tip again.
Yeah, well, so in the tutorial, they tell you that the shock glove recharges way faster when you're in these magnetic fields, which I thought was a fun explanation for, the shock glove normally takes a really long time to recharge, but when you're in these testing grounds, it recharges like almost immediately.
Oh, okay.
And so that's kind of the explanation is when you're in these like magnetic stuff on the ceiling fields.
Yeah. So they're really into the magnetism thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing, I feel like, in a lot of these testing facilities. So this was where I was like, I feel like I could squeeze through that gap, but I know I can't. So I was like, okay, there's got to be another way around. And I was like, maybe if I can get up there. I was trying to test to see if you could magnetize that, like you could the ceiling. Yeah, but luckily there's just an elevator, which makes way more sense than what I was trying to do. Like, oh, I got over there.
And?
Like, if only there was an easy way down.
And?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, elevator.
Yep. You always got to think about the elevator.
All right.
It's like, this is another elevator?
There it is.
Second elevator? So I understand, it's like, I didn't know where to exit at this point still. I didn't know where I was trying to go. So it was a lot of me looking around. I'm like, oh, there's another wheel down there.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, how do I get, is it on this side or is it in the other side? That's what I was trying to figure out. It's like, no, it's right there. I can get to it.
Underneath there.
I just need to access it somehow. How could I possibly get to it? Oh, yeah.
Oh, elevator?
Elevator. Every time the elevator.
Oh, there it is. Nice.
Yeah, this
Nice.
one, I remember I had such a hard time deciding where to put the steering wheel here. I think there's even, you'll see a cut where I leave and come back because I'm like, I don't know where I want this. Like there's a door on the floor. And it's like, okay,
Right.
that's probably it. But then I was thinking like, well, what if I need to get to the floor somehow? So I was trying to see if there's anything else on the other side.
This way you can go through the door on the top, I guess.
Right, and I was like, I didn't know where the exit was. I was like, do I need to get through on the top? Do I need to get through on the bottom? It's like, I don't know. So I just picked this one, go back up. And then it's like, okay, well now I just need a way over there. And I still haven't used this wheel yet, right? And so I was like, okay, well, this has to be for something. I just hadn't figured out what yet.
Flip that, maybe you can jump down while it's moving? No? Oh, okay.
At this point, I was like, I don't even know what I'm
At some point, there's gonna be an open door here.
That's what I'm thinking, right? Yeah, it's like, there's definitely an open door somewhere. And there it is, right? There's an open door up there, but it's like, I
was thinking while it's flipping though, you could just jump down, couldn't you? No?
I don't want to go down though, because going down is always easy. The problem is like staying up, I feel like. It's like this door is now just on the floor. I was like, okay. I was thinking, like there's a platform. Maybe that's supposed to be like something I can stand on.
Oh.
Yeah, so I go up here thinking like, oh, I can just stand on this. Right, but then I'm like, this didn't help.
Didn't take you anywhere though.
But I did notice that elevator on the far side. And so that was kind of the big thing was, I was like, oh,
okay.
I can get over here. And then there's a second like elevator platform. And so I was like, oh yeah, this has to be for something. So then I went back up. I was like, oh look, that's the exit and there's a platform right there. So I did it by accident.
There you go.
Yeah, that was, I
wow,
did not,
you're in.
Yeah, I did not cut anything out there other than me like staring at a wall for a long time. Like that was total coincidence that I got that right on the first try. And same idea, right? It was like, oh, there's just an elevator. This I did not get on my first try. I think there's a cut. I think the cut already happened, but
good.
yeah, exactly.
Looks
that was
good. I don't really see a cut there.
Yeah, but that was, I think, my second try on that. So I don't know if that was what you were supposed to do or not, but I was like, I don't know, it worked, so.
A lot of magnet flipping here, just a lot of elevations needed to keep going.
And that's that puzzle room. It wasn't so bad, honestly.
Yeah, find your way through.
Managed to get it pretty quick. You mentioned
Yeah, so right here on that the sign on that door.
Oh, okay.
So if you pause there and looked at that, it said that the room is a metal curving
Shop?
shop. Yeah, basically.
Interesting.
So if for some reason you wanted to bend metal, that would be the shop to go into to do it.
Interesting. So it's just
That's
like
what
a
it says.
little, I guess it makes sense, a little like shop side room, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of little things here. Most of it is just junk to pick up like
So
this.
what you got was you're able to upgrade your machine gun, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wasn't paying attention, but I think it was the expansive conductor or something like
Kalash. Yeah.
that. The Kalash. Yeah, it's a great name for a machine gun, but I don't use the machine gun very much in this game because the pistol's so strong. But I ended up making it. We'll see that pretty soon here. But I ended up turning it into my organic weapon, so it kind of gets that treatment here in a second. So yeah, I spent literally an hour on the weapon upgrade screen trying to figure out how it works. It's so broken. I can't begin to tell you guys how convoluted that weapon upgrade screen is. Just nothing works on it. And it's like the only way to see the weapon's true stats is you have to fully upgrade it to where you want it, then back out to the screen, and then it's going to show you an upgrade screen, but that one's wrong. Then you have to re-enter, and then that's the correct stuff. But it was dumb.
Along with the might of the Soviet Army, our great nation's climate is regarded as one of the decisive factors that thwarted invading Western powers time and time again. However, Soviet scientists have now demonstrated that low temperatures also protect against
Ooh, these guys are frozen to the
diseases
ground.
and epidemics. Acting as a natural filter, frost removes dust particles from the air and promptly kills airborne viruses, bacteria, and allergens. Only frosty air can be safely regarded as completely wholesome. Cold temperatures also stimulate the immune system. This is why this workshop is dedicated to simulating the cold environments of the USSR to help study the effects, both positive and negative, of low temperatures.
Well, the negative seems to be you freeze to the ground for sure.
I love the way she said it, like, only cold air can be considered wholesome. Oh, I accidentally shot that guy in the head. I was like, not my intent.
Seems like a very Russian kind of thing to say.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole
Or
area.
Alaskan, maybe.
Maybe. Or Canadian, even probably. Yeah, any of the northern climates. But no, I do like the style of this area. I love the ambiance of having, like, there's so many enemies clearly visible on the radar, but like no one's moving. It's just kind of still.
There's somebody underneath that car.
Right, exactly, right? It was like, I can't even see him. It's so dark. So I start shooting, I think, here blindly. Yep. Like, that's not working. Fired 3 shots. My aiming down scope fires 4 shots.
But I think you missed him though.
I did. And so that's why I decided not to keep
Oh,
shooting.
there you go.
It's like,
Now you got him. Now you're lined up.
Yeah, that took 4 bullets though.
Yeah, he came running out.
I think that's someone else.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, you can see it only takes a single pistol shot because my pistol's so heavily upgraded at this point. I think it's like I think it is fully upgraded. So not everything. It's missing the cartridge upgrades because I don't really use cartridges in this game at all.
We can kind of hear that cold wind blowing too.
Yeah, I feel like that really added to the atmosphere of this area, just hearing the cold wind blow and just like the bodies everywhere. And I think I'm gonna look over to, let me see, this guy.
Spinning his head.
Yeah, going nuts. Going Coco nuts.
I don't know. It said that cold weather is healthier. I mean, it seems like when the weather's cold in the wintertime, that's when people get sick. In the summertime, people don't get like cold and flus, and I think even COVID wasn't as bad in the summertime that it was in the winter, right? I mean,
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to me that they're saying that cold weather is healthier. I don't understand that.
I mean,
guess,
for
but-
one thing, this takes place in 55, and for another, it might be Soviet propaganda to some degree. Like, we are better because even weather is better. Yes.
Yeah, there's a bunch of gold balls in there.
Oh, speaking of, I ended up looking up. You were asking about the MD that's on the back of his uniform from the menu screen.
Yeah.
I looked that up. In this game, I don't know why I can't hit him.
I know, you're lined up and it doesn't hit him. That's so weird.
Yeah, I'm not aiming down the scope because I don't want to waste my ammo, but it ends up taking so many shots that I waste ammo anyway. But that's what I'm doing. Is like, if I aim down my scope, I would hit, but it would use 4 shots. But then if I don't aim down my scope, then I miss, then I use 4 shots.
Is it not as powerful if you look down your scope? Is that the idea?
Yeah, when you aim down your scope, you use 4 bullets in 1 bullet. And so it takes more ammo, but it's 4 times as strong. So is kind of the idea.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So that's why I kind of like, I'm sometimes using it, sometimes not. Like if you see I shoot somebody and they don't go down, then I'll aim down my scope to like, or there was an earlier encounter. I saw the guy was holding a baton. And so I was like, oh, he's one of the stronger enemies. And so that's why I aimed down my scope to kill him. Whereas some of the weaker enemies, I try to avoid aiming down my scope because I know I don't need to use the extra bullets. But anyway, going back to what I was saying about the MD, in this game, apparently it stands for Machine Development Bureau.
Oh, okay.
And so he's part of the Machine Development Bureau.
That's his employer.
Right.
That guy's got a lot of stuff on his butt there.
I thought it was like, this guy's looking through the window. I was like, what you looking at there, buddy? But apparently it's based off of a real life Russian missile company logo. So you can actually look up.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah, so the real life equivalent is not called the Machine Development Bureau. It's called the like Makayev Development Bureau or something like that. But it's the exact same logo. And so it's kind of cool. It's like a lot of this game is actually built off of real life Russian sort of like Soviet era stuff. So it's kind of a cool thing to like, I don't know. I know people are anti-Russia in the world right now, but I can appreciate a developer taking time to invest in their own culture's history and stuff like that, you know? So this was kind of interesting because like I couldn't hit that guy, and so I shot someone else so that he'd stand up, and then like here, that's why I
Kill him
only
by shoot him in the leg. Dang.
right. So like here I'm trying not to aim down my scope because it's like I know I'll kill him instantly instead of using 4 bullets, but then I miss, and so it's like, all right, well,
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, it shows how you're off if you're not looking through the scope.
Right.
Because even though it did appear to be lined up, it didn't go past the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's that stuff. But here's a little puzzle. It was not too bad at all. Just there you go. No work.
Easy puzzle.
Easy puzzles. Kind of look like ice though when I was looking through. Like I kind of like the sheen on everything in this area. But yeah, I mean this is basically this whole little room done.
More gold balls in there. Gold balls everywhere.
There's 2 different sets, and I think it's because I need the 2 different tubes. So I think I go ahead and do this one while I'm here. It's funny, it gets stuck. You can see here, that's me attempting to, oh no, I move it, find it first. Something goes wrong, right?
Yeah,
it's
got
like,
it? Got it going?
And then, yeah, it breaks, and I'm like, it won't let me
Oh,
re-grab.
it's stuck. Weird.
Yeah. Oh, then I grab that. Anything good there? Neuropolymer, that's always good.
Yeah.
Can't deny. It's like,
I
I
found
remember
more
to-
stuff.
Yeah,
More
it's like,
stuff.
oh yeah, I forgot to
Loot stuff around.
So yeah, I can't grab this ball, and then when I do it, it's not moving. Like I'm currently grabbing it, it's not going anywhere. So it's like what? So I had to move it back, and then it fixes itself. I don't know what that was all about, but as long as it got working again, you know. There's all kinds of silly stuff in this room. I feel like the developer had a lot of fun with posing mannequins in this game in general. If you saw, do you see how quickly my head like moved down once the ball entered the furnace? That's like because when I'm turning slowly, it's not because I'm like trying to be cautious. It's because the camera slows way down. So I'm actually like, my camera's like all the way as quick as I can move it, but it's just like the game really slows you down. I don't know what that was all about.
Oh man. Well, at least you got the ball through. Well, he fell off through the hose somehow. I don't know. That's weird.
Gonna happen a bunch more here. Here goes another one, I think, right?
Yeah, he's up there on top of it.
Whee! So like this, you see how I'm like turning my head like really slowly? It kind of looks like I'm trying to be cautious. I'm not. I'm like trying to turn as fast as possible. That's just the maximum speed. Yeah. I don't know how I'm knocking all these guys off.
Yeah, they're landing on you too.
So you'll see here in a second, like when I start to pull down, like that's full speed.
Oh yeah, boom! All of a sudden you're facing
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of an interesting thing. I saw this little ramp and I was like, I didn't go up here. Was this 4 or something? So I think I speeded up here just because I was waiting
It's
to
like half a fan.
There's this guy just like hanging off on the side.
Oh,
And
so
those
you
are
killed him.
Those
just
are
for the heck of it.
grabby. Well, those are grabby things. So yeah, do you like animals, Comrade Major? I, for example, am a cat person. Please don't forget to feed your pets if you have one.
Not even a person. Come on.
Yeah, I know, right? The glove is
How do you
telling
make
us
cat
what kind
person?
of, yeah. It doesn't sound possible to me either. Yes, Major, you are a very gifted individual. Still, I advise against jumping from great heights. Otherwise, even you might find the irrational joy of free falling fatal.
Seems-
I think that's a fun way of telling you take fall damage in this game. Shock is a localized electric discharge limited to its dedicated polymer cloud. Unfortunately, that rules out targeted pools of water to electrocute groups of enemies. That was hard for me to read.
Yeah, that's too bad. It'd be pretty cool if you could just like electrocute a pool of water or a lake out there, something like that, right? And get, but well, I guess sometimes the enemies are in the water, right?
They do.
have been in the
Yeah.
water before, so
This
but-
game takes a lot of heavy inspiration from a game called BioShock, and in BioShock, that was like a big selling point, was the fact that you could like shock a body of water and then like.
okay.
So I think that's kind of what they're addressing there, is that like you can't do that in this game. So here's some like vague in-universe explanation for that.
BioShock. Gotcha.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they're getting at there. Even though your eyes are protected with polymer lenses, I still suggest you give them a break every now and then. Don't spend too much time staring at a terminal screen if you're catching my drift, Comrade Major. That's pretty fun. I like that tip.
It's the last one. Oh no, one more.
If you find yourself in a heavily patrolled area,
Make as little noise as possible, or it might be just like the last time.
like you're saying I'm not stealthy. All right. Thanks so much, guys, for watching this episode. You've made it to the end, and hopefully we'll see you next time in more Atomic Heart.
Thanks a lot for joining in and watching.
Zoink out.